Hello, it is September 10th. It's around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I am on the Avenue of the Giants. A lovely, lovely redwood forest filled highway runs from just south of Scotia all the way to Garberville, right along the 101 highway, and is a much nicer ride than the 101 highway. This really awesome guy, Michael, that hooked me up with some sodas and some chips at Grocery Outlet the other day, saw me on the side of the road uh, after my bicycle handlebar debacle, and gave me a lift down to the avenue. Came back with then ran to his place and came back with a big, long metal pipe, and we straightened that handlebar out. So I still have a bicycle that I can ride. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Michael. As I was freaking out earlier. I'm still tripping. I was in a really good mood about the journey when I got to Eureka and Arcata, but now that I'm back out in the woods again and realizing that hitchhiking is just, well, I don't know. I mean, it's I never get it. It's like okay. So I sat out on the side of the highway all day yesterday, and then didn't get a ride. And then I finally left because this older woman got dropped off from a ride that she was getting to sit there and hitchhike for her to get another ride. And I knew she was going to get a ride before me because she obviously needed one much more than I did. um, and so I decided to just let her have the ramp, and I left for the day, which actually worked out to my benefit because I went to the thrift store in Fortuna, and it turned out that they have a special deal on Fridays. It's called 50-cent Fridays, where all of their unmarked clothes are 50 cents. And I desperately, desperately needed new pants or shorts, and I got both. And I was able to throw out my nasty, gross, yucky ones. Um, yeah, so that actually did work out in my favor, but I mean, I don't know. Did I have to sit on the ramp all day to find that out? Part of me wishes I had just stayed in Fortuna, but uh, and that's exactly why I needed to leave. It's too easy for me to get vortexed into just about any place. As soon as I get somewhere new, I'm immediately kind of attracted to it just because it's new. And I'm like, oh, I could make it work here, and I could make it work there, and it would be nicer there, and I could actually get my teeth worked on there, which I desperately need to do. I'm gonna have to find somewhere to get that done along the way. Absolutely have to. Mm. I got some new coffee today. Four Sisters, 100% Arabica. Really good. I decided since I'm only having one cup a day that I'm upping my coffee game. No more Euban. We're gonna start getting some like seriously dank coffee. I can afford it if I only have one cup a day. And yeah, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm having my first cup of the day because I didn't have one when I got up this morning. That may have also been a mistake. I was just so grouchy. Well, I was grouchy because I was up all night, my teeth hurting. And it was weird because I've been going out of my way to brush, not even once a day, but twice a day with the clove oil. And usually that makes it go away. And it did for a minute. And then all of a sudden, yikes. But whatever. Thank God for ibuprofen. Mm-mm-mm-mm. What a journey, what a journey. But, all in all, it's not a bad place. There's the road right there. We're just outside of, I don't know, something. There's a name of this place, actually. There's a name of this place, actually. There you are. Hi, camera. Hi, hi. It's called the Charles Eloise Shields. The Charles Eloise Shields Family Grove. There are many of these all along. I think I'm going to have to, like, reverse this thing or something. I think I did that at some point and I shouldn't have. But anyway. So, yeah, it's going good now. I'm much happier. It's hard to not be happy when you're surrounded by redwood trees. The Highway 101 was kind of harsh because the sun was out. Even though it is cooler today, it's still boiling when a hot sun is beating down on you on a highway. It's not good for me. It's not good for my dogs. But this place is perfect and beautiful, and it's all we have to look forward to for the next 30 miles at least. Which is why we'll probably get a ride through all of it. But I'm still there's so far to go, and I really need to move faster. And so, at some point, I'm going to either have to get a bike trailer, or I'm going to have to get rid of the bike and just straight up hitchhike with just a backpack. We're going to have to cut down hard on all the supplies and stuff that we brought with us, but I could definitely do that, especially if I don't have if I don't have a bike trailer sorted out by the time I get to San Francisco, then I'm probably going to ditch the bike in San Francisco or thereabouts. Probably, maybe, I don't know. Anywho, the other thing I forgot to do this morning was to smoke weed. Well, I didn't forget, I just didn't do it. I didn't drink coffee and I didn't smoke a bowl this morning, and that's where I screwed up. That's where I went wrong. I mean, it all just went south after that. Well, no, I was having the tooth problem already. I was up all night with toothache, and I intentionally didn't drink coffee or smoke a bowl when I got up this morning. And those three things combined led to a ridiculously grouchy Aaron on the highway. It's like night and day. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I believe they call it bipolar. Probably am, but I mean, I was suicidal this morning, earlier this afternoon, and now I feel great. But I was also on a boiling hot highway this morning, and now I'm in an absolutely beautiful and gorgeous redwood forest. I mean, Avenue of the Giants is something to see. Uh, I mean, there's redwoods everywhere in Northern California, but they're really nice and bunched up and grouped together here. It's like being in a national forest of redwoods. Well, it's not like you are in a national forest of redwoods. It's like national forests were meant to be back in the day before they logged them all and replanted them with nothing but pine trees because pine trees grow fast. That's why we have pine trees in every national forest in America now. Pretty much only the occasional oak or, I don't know, fern, whatever. There's not a lot of people on this highway, surprisingly, as beautiful it is. I guess most people are in a hurry. I should be in a hurry. I am in a hurry. It's why I'm getting frustrated. I mean, I left on the 17th of August. It's the 10th of September now. And I mean, granted, I've been on foot. So on foot, yeah, I've come kind of far, but I was hoping to get there this year. I will. It's going to speed up once I get further south. I know that. It's going to work out. It's going to come together. Oh, speaking of weed, dear citizens of Fortuna, did you know that, like, all of your kids are getting stoned at the park? It had nothing to do with me. I did not contribute to it. I was just hanging out there and was witness to it. Yeah, like, all of them. I mean, I guess it's not that big of a deal. It's better weed than something else, but damn. Oh my God. It's strange because it seems like it's a very religious town and stuff, but like all their kids are getting high, like from at least 12 up. I was sitting at the picnic table, and there was this kid, James, who came up on his bicycle and just started hanging out around me. Because I had my YouTube sign up and he wanted to know about it, and so I answered some questions and stuff like that. Um, and at some point, he's like, "Yeah, there's not much to do in this town except smoke weed." I was like, "Oh, right on." And then and I asked him at some point, I was like, "How old are you?" He's like, "I'm 12." I'm like, because he looked like he was 14 or 15, maybe. But then all of his little friends started showing up, and like by the time I decided I should just go, because I had clearly been decided to sit in a spot where all the middle school kids like to hang out and smoke weed, and that's not somewhere you want to be when you're 47 and homeless, and don't want to get fucked with by the police. Not that they seem to give a shit. I don't know. It's a weird, interesting place. Whatever. Fortuna. It's cool too. Like Eureka, like your Arcata. There's always one asshole. I always seem to find him, but the rest of the people are pretty chill. Generally understanding of my predicament. I'm trying to think if I'm like unnecessarily doing this to myself? Like, is there a easier way that I could do this? I mean, what I should have been doing for the last 8 years is trying to save up for another van, but I kept getting tricked into thinking that I was going to, or tricking myself into thinking that I was going to settle down in Weed, California for the rest of my life and be a trailer park maintenance person. Uh, which I mean, maybe if I could have stood working for morons a little bit longer, but I just couldn't. I just couldn't. But suffice it to say, the journey continues. I am undeterred. I'm still headed for southern Mexico. Mexico or bust. I'm going. I'm coming. I'm coming! I have to get there. But I'm open to better ideas. I wish I could just hop a train. Maybe I can. I don't know. Maybe I should. No! That's London! Get over here now! Get! No! No! Yeah, it was fun. A whole motorcycle. What do they call those? Something K, a motorcycle cade just went by, and they're the deep, rumbly hogs that London really loves to chase. And I didn't have him on his leash, so that's why I had to jump like that. Anyway, yeah, I continue in Mexico undeterred. I am in good spirits. I am well fed and hydrated. I could be much better rested. I could go for another steak too. I had some steak the other night. That was pretty good. I fucked up the eggs. And when I say I fucked up the eggs, what I mean is I mixed them all up perfectly in my frying pan and then spilled the whole thing all over my tarp. Nothing like gooey raw egg all over your tarp to clean up before you go to bed with nothing but little tiny pieces of tissue that you happen to have on you and my orange bandana, which is now gone. Because once you've used something to clean up egg off a tarp, it just, I don't know, it becomes instant garbage in my mind. Because I don't have immediate access to a washing machine. If I had that, or like even regular running water, I suppose, that'd be a different story. But that was not the case at um, last night, or the night before last night. Yeah, but whatever. But I got two big things of the Sugarloaf meat end things from Grocery Outlet. We're gonna dig into those tonight. I wish I would have picked up some mustard. Shoot, I forgot that. Oh well, they're good by themselves. But there might be a little store up here. We're going to continue on the way, up the way a bit more. There's a little town, like literally just around the corner. And then this road's supposed to go right next to the Eel River. So I'm thinking there might be a sweet place to camp there, hopefully, that's not mosquito infested. Gotta watch out for that now. I didn't think I needed to do that, California, but it's been a thing. It was a thing in Arcata. I think it's just an Arcata Eureka thing, but just in case. I got my bug spray. I'm good. Anyway, Aaron, signing out for now. Catch you later.